Good evening, everyone. Mike Palmer from Know Your Rights Group and Success Coaching International with another very special live video update. As you can see, I have none other than the illustrious Darren Dickson from Constitution Watch with me here tonight. How are you, sir?
I'm good, thanks, Mike.
Mate, thank you so much for agreeing to have a chat to us on our video tonight. We have been flat out all day going through some really important paperwork, going through lots of legislation, and you've come across some really fascinating information. We had a discussion over the dinner table. We decided, yeah, look, we really need to get this out to people, especially those in Victoria. People are getting absolutely hammered by the police at the moment. We've had 5 days straight, of protests in Melbourne, which is fantastic. It's great to see people standing up for their rights, doing the right thing, getting out there. People are getting, they don't quite know what the law says, what it doesn't say. So we're here to set them straight. So, mate, let's just get straight into it, and let's tell everyone what you've come across.
100%. So what we want to show you is four pieces of the, four provisions from the Public Health and Wellbeing Act that you need to know to navigate your way through the jungles of Melbourne. So yes. What we're going to start on is Section 250A of the Public Health and Wellbeing Act. And 250A says, despite Section 189, which we'll look at now so we can understand 250, says that the Chief Health Officer may only authorise an authorised officer appointed under the temporary provisions to exercise the following public health risks. And they are, if you're a police officer, the public health risk powers referred to in Sections 191, C, D, E and F. And this is because police have a limited scope of power. They can only exercise 4 powers under the Act. 4 powers only. So let's look at Section 190.
I've got it right here. 190, there we go.
Okay, so 190 is a license to basically, without warrant, enter a premises to investigate, eliminate or reduce a public health risk, to require the provisions of any information to investigate, eliminate or reduce the health risk, to require a person to provide their name and address, again to investigate, eliminate or reduce the public health risk, and inspect any premises, again to eliminate and reduce the public health risk. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go back to Section 250A.
Back to 250A. Again, here we go.
And we're going to look at subsection 2, because subsection 2 says, despite Section 199, which we just showed you, okay, the Chief Health Officer must not authorise an authorised officer who is appointed under the temporary provisions to exercise any emergency powers. Did you hear that, folks? Police cannot exercise emergency powers. They can only exercise 4 powers under the public health risk powers, and that is it. Now, let's go back to Section 190.
There it is again. 190.
And let's have a look at 2 of the powers that they cannot exercise. And they are J and K, 190J and K. 190J says they cannot the power is to direct any person to take any other action that an authorised officer considers is necessary to eliminate or reduce a public health risk. So, for example, Mike, ask you to wear a mask.
So they can't do that.
They can't do that.
They don't have the power to do that.
And 191K says that they can't exercise any of the general enforcement powers conferred on an authorised officer by this Act or the regulations.
So what would those general powers generally be?
General enforcement powers? Well, one would imagine that would be the power to issue an infringement.
What?
Well, where's the evidence of this, Mike? Let's look at Section 209 of the Act.
209, there it is, right there.
209 of the Act is in respect of the issuance of infringements under the Public Health and Wellbeing Act. And it says only the Secretary or a council may serve an infringement on a person.
Only a secretary or a council can issue an infringement. So all the people who've been out there to these Melbourne protests, exercising their rights, standing up for themselves, who've received these infringement notices, this is so vitally important. The police have no power whatsoever under that Public Health and Wellbeing Act to issue those infringement notices. I mean, this is huge.
It's huge. And remember, folks, it's not Mike saying it. It's not me saying it. It's the legislation saying it. So don't worry about us, but go to the Constitution Watch website. We've just posted all this information up there right now. You can go and get these 4 sections. You can print them out and you can carry them on you, and you can navigate your way through the jungles of Melbourne.
Absolutely. So again, anyone who has not been to that site, please make sure you go check it out. There's an absolute wealth of information there. It's just www.constitutionwatch.com.au. Again, you'll find those 4 sections of legislation. You'll also find a ton of other research that Darren's been doing over the past, 12 months or so that all of this madness has been going on. Please make sure you check back regularly to that website. Make sure you subscribe to that website as well. You'll get all the updates. You'll get the subscriber-only information. There is an absolute wealth of information there. Now, so what about people in other states? Is there similar wording? Can people in other states, New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia, WA, can they look in their public health acts for similar wording?
100%.
And will they find, similar stuff as well?
Well, Mike, all I can say is whenever I go and watch paint dry, and that's what I call reading the statutes,
yes,
you will always find indiscrepancies, and there's always remedy within the statute.
Yep.
So you just need to be able to have the eye to see them.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, again, this is so important. Again, this is what we've got here. Those who don't know their rights have none. You've got to do the research. You've got to put in a little bit of effort. But believe me, when you do, the stuff that you will uncover will absolutely blow your mind. So again, take advantage of all Darren's hard work, all those late nights that he spent up reading, pages and pages and pages of legislation. Please go to his website. There's actually a link in the description to this video. Again, constitutionwatch.com.au. Of course, for those of you who want to learn even more, make sure you go to our website, knowyourrightsgroup.com.au. Please grab a copy of our essential step-by-step manual for understanding and exercising your rights. Those who want to know the step-by-step process for challenging those fines, use the information that Darren's just shared with you and incorporate that into the 3-step process in that Aussie Speeding Fines book. Again, there's links in the description. And I know a lot of you are doing tough at the moment, so please grab a copy of that Bank Secrets Revealed book. Any unsecured loans, personal loans, credit cards that you want to challenge, you'll find the tried, tested and proven 4-step process in those books. You can get them all individually via the links in the description. You can get them as part of the combo pack. You do get that free tote bag. And for anyone who's missed it, we have, of course, released our brand new home study course. It's a full 2.5-day live event, goes into the ins and out. It actually shows you how we do the research that we do, teaches you about things like the lawfully website. That's where we actually go. That's where we've spent half of today researching legislation, researching case precedents. We go through mock court cases. We go through so much stuff. So please grab that home study course. Again, there's a link in the description if you haven't already. So please, as always, make sure that you share this video around far and wide. Let's get this message out to people that the police do not have these powers that they claim to be having, and what they're doing is quite simply unlawful. Make sure you go to constitutionwatch.com.au, check out our website, share these videos around. I'm going to leave things there. As always, use all the information on our website to get informed, get fired up, and get proactive. I look forward to speaking to you all again on Sunday night.